whole Cam Thomas situation is starting to really heat up, and honestly, it's one of the more intriguing stories in the NBA right now. For those who have been following closely, it's looking like Cam Thomas is seriously considering accepting that qualifying offer from the Brooklyn Nets, which basically means he'll stick around on a one-year deal at a set salary instead of chasing a longer, bigger contract elsewhere. And that alone tells you a lot about what's going on behind the scenes. The Nets don't seem particularly eager to pay him what he wants or give him the kind of role that Cam believes he deserves, which has created this kind of standoff that's fascinating to watch unfold. Cam Thomas is a unique player with a very distinct style. He's a pure scorer, someone who thrives on putting the ball in the basket. He views himself as one of the top scoring guards in the league, and when you watch him play, you can see why. He has that kind of silky shooting touch, the confidence to fire away from anywhere on the court, and the ability to just go off for big point totals on any given night. But Brooklyn seems to see him more in the mold of a Lou Williams-type player, a reliable scorer off the bench, but not necessarily a star or a major building block for the team. That perception creates this huge gap between what Cam expects and what the Nets are willing to offer. Personally, I think Cam Thomas will be an incredible fit on a contender, especially coming off the bench. Imagine having a guy who can slide right into your second unit and drop anywhere from 15 to 20 points every single night, effortlessly changing the momentum of a game. He's exactly the type of player who can win the Sixth Man of the Year award multiple times because of his scoring ability. When he's hot, he just lights up the scoreboard, and teams basically have to decide if they want to try to stop him or just let him cook. That kind of scorer is rare, and he brings a spark that can really lift a team. That said, there are some legitimate questions about Cam's game that teams have to weigh. His playmaking and ability to facilitate offense aren't his strongest suits. Sometimes when he's on the court, it looks like he has tunnel vision. He locks in on scoring and doesn't always see the bigger picture or make the pass when it's needed. Defensively, he's not exactly a standout either. These issues have understandably made teams hesitant to commit to him fully. Brooklyn, in particular, seems worried about those aspects and how much they could limit his impact on the floor. But even with those concerns, the potential upside of his scoring talent keeps him on the radar of teams looking for a dynamic offensive spark. If I put myself in the Lakers' shoes, this becomes a pretty fascinating opportunity. Brooklyn looks like they want to move on from Cam, and if he accepts that qualifying offer, it creates a perfect window for the Lakers to swoop in and try to make something happen. The qualifying offer is around $7 million, so the Lakers could potentially work out a trade or a sign-and-trade scenario that benefits everyone. For Brooklyn, it's about not losing him for nothing if he's going to leave after the qualifying offer anyway. For the Lakers, it's about adding a high-level scorer who can bolster a bench that, frankly, struggled with scoring last season. A move like this could be structured in various ways. The Lakers might propose something like a salary dump trade involving players like Gabe Vincent or Dalton Caldwell, freeing up roster spots and salary space to take on Cam Thomas. They could offer a deal with a player option in the second year, which gives Cam some security, but also flexibility, and protects the Lakers from being locked into a long-term commitment if things don't work out. For example, a 2-year deal with a player option for the second season around $11 million a year might be appealing. That way, Cam gets paid more than the qualifying offer, and the Lakers get a talented scorer without sacrificing too much financial flexibility. When you think about it, this kind of deal makes a lot of sense for both sides. The Lakers get to improve their bench scoring dramatically, something they desperately need. Last season, their second unit was one of the lowest scoring in the entire NBA, which put an enormous burden on starters. Adding a flamethrower like Cam Thomas, who can put up points quickly and in bunches, could be a game changer. Plus, he provides depth in case someone like Austin Reeves or LeBron James needs a rest on any given night. Cam could easily slide into the starting lineup temporarily and still give you 20 to 30 points, which is huge for a team looking to compete at the highest level. Cam's numbers last season were solid, considering the circumstances. He averaged 24 points per game while shooting over 44% from the field, which is impressive given his volume of shots. He also managed about 3 rebounds and 4 assists per game, showing some ability to contribute beyond just scoring. His three-point shooting dipped a bit last year, down to around 35% on 8 attempts per game, which is something he'll want to improve if he's aiming to maximize his value. But overall, he's a player with serious offensive talent who could thrive in the right situation. What makes this even more compelling is that Cam would have a chip on his shoulder if he comes to a team like the Lakers. He's coming off a situation where he feels undervalued and underutilized, and that kind of motivation can lead to big things. If he goes out there and proves he could be a major contributor on a high-profile team, especially one with championship aspirations, his stock could skyrocket. The Lakers are a much bigger stage than Brooklyn right now, and performing well in that environment could set him up for a lucrative contract down the line. There's also a precedent that the Lakers could point to when pitching this move to Cam. Malik Monk's story is very similar. Monk was in a situation where teams didn't quite see him as the player he believed he could be. He signed a 1-year minimum deal with the Lakers, and everyone was skeptical at first. But he turned out to be one of the bright spots on a struggling Lakers team, and his performance earned him a much better contract with the Sacramento Kings. Cam Thomas could follow a similar path, take a prove-it deal, show what he can do in a better environment, and then cash in. From a strategic standpoint, the Lakers maintain a lot of flexibility with a signing like this. If Cam pans out, great. They've got a young scorer locked in who could be a key piece for years to come. If it doesn't work out, the player option means he can walk away, and the Lakers aren't stuck with a burdensome contract. They also have the ability to package him in trades if they need to, alongside other young players like Austin Reeves. So, it's a relatively low-risk, high-reward move that addresses a clear weakness on the Lakers roster. What's really exciting about Cam is his ability to score in bunches. He's not just a shooter. He's a guy who can create his own shot, play on or off the ball, and deliver when it counts. Even if he plays only 15 to 20 minutes per game off the bench, that's still enough time for him to make a major impact and grab the spotlight. And as we've seen before, being a strong sixth man on a contender can catapult a player's career. So, the Lakers could realistically approach this by encouraging Cam to accept the qualifying offer, then negotiate a trade or a sign-and-trade that makes sense for both sides. They might offer him a contract that's better than the qualifying offer, but with conditions like player options to keep things flexible. That way, Cam gets to bet on himself in a big market. The Lakers improve their bench scoring, and Brooklyn gets some assets back instead of losing him for nothing. This situation is still evolving, but it's definitely one to watch because it could reshape the Lakers roster and provide Cam Thomas with the opportunity to show the league what he's really capable of. The potential is there for a win-win, and if it happens, it might be one of the smarter moves this offseason. Diving deeper into Cam Thomas's potential impact and the broader Lakers context, it's important to look at the strategic dynamics unfolding around this situation. The Lakers are at a crossroads, balancing between championship aspirations and a rebuild of sorts. Their roster construction, salary cap flexibility, and player development plans all intersect in complex ways, and adding Cam Thomas fits right into that puzzle if executed well. The team has been desperately searching for reliable scoring off the bench for years, and Cam represents an intriguing solution to a problem that has plagued them. The backcourt rotation last season was one of the more inconsistent units in the NBA, struggling to provide enough offense to support the stars. In that light, Cam's arrival could be a breath of fresh air. The Lakers' current backcourt has a mix of veterans and young talent, but it lacks a pure scorer with the confidence and volume shooting ability Cam possesses. Players like D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, and Marcus Smart bring different strengths, playmaking, defense, energy, but none of the kind of offensive firepower that Cam delivers. His ability to create his own shot, particularly off the dribble, is something the Lakers desperately need. With LeBron James now 40, the importance of having other players who can reliably put points on the board can't be overstated. The Lakers' offense, too, often stalled when LeBron was resting or drawing double teams, and Cam can help alleviate that pressure. From a coaching perspective, Cam's style is both a blessing and a challenge. His natural inclination is to score first and ask questions later, which requires a coach willing to let him play his game while also improving his decision-making. Darvin Ham, the Lakers head coach, is known for his player-friendly approach and ability to develop young talent. He might be exactly the kind of coach Cam needs to reach the next level. Ham's emphasis on defense and toughness could also help Cam shore up his weaker areas and become a more well-rounded player. The Lakers' culture is shifting toward a blend of veteran leadership and youthful energy, and Cam fits well within that narrative if he commits fully. Financially, the Lakers have some tough decisions to make. They're operating under the constraints of the salary cap, luxury tax, and a limited number of roster spots. Taking on Cam's qualifying offer or a slightly improved contract means making moves elsewhere to stay under the cap or tax thresholds. Trading away players like Gabe Vincent, who is a solid role player but doesn't offer the scoring punch Cam does, could be the key to making room. Additionally, there's the looming presence of the upcoming draft class and potential free agency signings. The Lakers have to balance the immediate desire to compete with the long-term vision for sustained success. Cam Thomas's acquisition fits into a middle ground, a short-term boost with upside for growth. One of the more fascinating aspects of this whole scenario is how Cam's own career trajectory might shift with a move to the Lakers. He's always been seen as a high-volume scorer, but with limited versatility. His previous stints showed flashes of brilliance, but also inconsistency and questions about his ability to fit within a team-oriented system. The Lakers' environment, with superstar players and a clear hierarchy, might give him the structure he needs to thrive. Playing alongside LeBron, Anthony Davis, and now potentially D'Angelo Russell again, Cam could focus more on scoring and less on having to be the primary ball handler or playmaker. This reduced burden could help improve his efficiency and make him a more lethal offensive weapon. Looking at the broader league context, the demand for scoring guards like Cam is high. Teams are always searching for players who can create their own offense and stretch the floor. The modern NBA values spacing and shooting more than ever, and Cam's skill set aligns well with that trend. If he can improve his three-point shooting consistency and defensive effort, he becomes a highly valuable piece. It's no surprise that multiple teams are monitoring his situation, including some contenders that could use an offensive spark off the bench. But the Lakers' offer could stand out due to the combination of market, exposure, and immediate championship contention. One potential obstacle to the deal is Cam's own desire for stability and long-term security. Accepting a qualifying offer or a short-term contract means betting on himself to perform and earn a bigger payday in the future. Some players prefer guaranteed multi-year deals to avoid uncertainty. However, for someone in Cam's position, taking a one-year prove-it deal in a big market like Los Angeles can pay dividends if he delivers. The exposure and the chance to compete deep into the playoffs elevate his profile. Agents and front offices are well aware of this risk-reward balance, and negotiations will likely revolve around how much guarantee and flexibility Cam can get. Another layer to consider is the Lakers need to develop their young players like Austin Reeves and Bronny James. Adding a player like Cam means balancing minutes carefully to ensure the youngsters continue growing. Reeves showed flashes of brilliance, but still has room to improve consistency and shot creation. Bronny James, as a rookie or young player, will benefit from learning alongside veterans and high-level scorers. Cam's presence could be a positive influence if he buys into a mentorship role, but there's always the risk that too much competition for minutes might slow down development. The Lakers will have to manage rotations strategically to maximize talent and chemistry. The defensive side is where the most work is needed. Cam's lateral quickness and on-ball defense are below average for an NBA guard. Improving his effort and positioning could make a significant difference, but it will require consistent coaching and self-motivation. The Lakers have the staff and veteran players to help with that, but ultimately, it depends on Cam's willingness to embrace the grind. Defensive improvements can elevate a player from a one-dimensional scorer to a valuable two-way contributor, which in today's league is almost a necessity for significant playing time. The Lakers, with their aspirations, will demand at least a baseline commitment on defense. Another fascinating angle is how Cam's presence would affect the Lakers' overall roster construction and future flexibility. By taking on his contract, the Lakers commit resources to a mid-level scorer which might limit their ability to pursue other free agents or extensions. However, his contract structure, especially if it includes a player option, provides some leeway. The team could explore trades or roster adjustments mid-season, depending on how Cam performs. This kind of flexibility is crucial for a franchise trying to balance competing now while maintaining long-term viability. Looking ahead, if Cam Thomas excels in Los Angeles, the ripple effects could be significant. He could become a foundational piece of the Lakers' core moving forward, giving them a reliable third or fourth option on offense. This depth would alleviate pressure on the Stars and improve their chances in the playoffs. Alternatively, if things don't go as planned, Cam's value could still remain high enough to trade him for assets, turning what could have been a gamble into an asset acquisition. Either way, the Lakers gain options and improve their roster versatility. The fan reaction to this potential signing is also worth noting. Lakers fans crave excitement and star power, and Cam's highlight reel scoring would undoubtedly energize the home crowd. His ability to drain tough shots and create instant offense fits the Lakers' storied tradition of exciting basketball. However, some fans might be skeptical given his defensive liabilities and previous inconsistencies. Over time, performance will silence critics or confirm concerns, but the initial buzz around this move is positive, reflecting the hunger for dynamic scoring. Ultimately, the Cam Thomas scenario encapsulates the delicate balancing act NBA teams face when constructing rosters. It's a mix of talent evaluation, financial strategy, player psychology, and team culture. The Lakers are positioned uniquely to take advantage of this situation, with a blend of veteran leadership, a passionate fan base, and organizational resources. Cam Thomas represents a high-upside addition who could push the team closer to championship contention or at least provide a fascinating storyline throughout the season. The coming weeks will be critical as negotiations unfold and roster decisions become more concrete. Both Cam and the Lakers will weigh their options carefully. Cam must decide if betting on himself with a short-term deal in a competitive market is worth the risk, while the Lakers have to assess how he fits into their long-term vision. Regardless of the outcome, this saga highlights the evolving nature of NBA roster building and the constant search for that next piece to unlock potential. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, rumors have been swirling across the NBA landscape regarding the Los Angeles Lakers' latest moves to bolster their roster ahead of the upcoming season, and whispers suggest that the team has locked in Andrew Wiggins and Nick Claxton as key reinforcements. The Lakers, who have been aggressively pursuing talent to complement their star core, appear to be closing the gap in their front court and wing positions with these acquisitions. Wiggins, known for his versatile scoring ability and improved defense, seems to fit perfectly into the Lakers' blueprint of combining experienced stars with dynamic role players. Meanwhile, Claxton's shot-blocking prowess and athleticism could provide the Lakers with much-needed rim protection and energy on both ends of the floor. Though no official announcement has been made yet, sources close to the organization hint that negotiations have been finalized, and the Lakers are preparing to integrate these two players into their system. This development could signal a significant shift in the team's approach, potentially elevating their chances in the Western Conference, where competition remains fierce. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing with speculation on how this duo might impact the Lakers' chemistry and overall strategy, fueling the excitement and expectations around the franchise's championship aspirations. The potential signing of Andrew Wiggins by the Lakers has generated considerable chatter among basketball insiders and enthusiasts, sparking debates on his role and effectiveness within the team's framework. Wiggins, who has spent several seasons demonstrating his scoring and defensive capabilities, might be viewed as the ideal complementary piece alongside superstars who demand the ball frequently. His ability to create his own shot and guard multiple positions makes him a valuable asset in high-stakes games where versatility is paramount. Observers note that the Lakers have been searching for a player with Wiggins' unique skill set to help alleviate the offensive load on their main stars and improve perimeter defense. Meanwhile, Nick Claxton, a young and promising center known for his shot blocking and hustle, is rumored to be joining the Lakers to bolster their interior defense and rebounding. Claxton's energetic style of play and ability to protect the paint could transform the Lakers' defensive schemes, allowing them to contest shots more effectively and control the glass. The prospect of these two players joining forces under the Lakers banner has stirred rumors about a possible retooling phase aimed at making the team more balanced and competitive across all facets of the game. Speculation is mounting that the Lakers have secured both Andrew Wiggins and Nick Claxton in a strategic move designed to deepen their roster and address long-standing weaknesses that have hindered their playoff success. Wiggins, who has evolved into a reliable scorer and defender in recent seasons, fits the mold of a versatile wing who can contribute significantly on both ends of the floor. His experience playing with championship contenders adds to the allure of his potential signing with the Lakers, who have been eager to add proven talent capable of thriving in pressure situations. Meanwhile, Nick Claxton, who has demonstrated impressive defensive instincts and athleticism despite his relative youth, is rumored to bring a much-needed defensive presence in the paint. Claxton's ability to alter shots and grab crucial rebounds could enhance the Lakers' overall defensive efficiency, an area that has sometimes been inconsistent in recent campaigns. If these rumors hold true, the Lakers could be on the cusp of unveiling a roster that combines seasoned veterans with energetic young talent, a blend that might prove vital in their quest for NBA glory. The basketball community is abuzz with speculation about how this duo might impact the team's identity and on-court dynamics in the near future. There is growing buzz around the Lakers' front office, suggesting that the organization has finalized deals for Andrew Wiggins and Nick Claxton, a move that would signify their intent to reinforce the roster substantially. Wiggins, whose career trajectory has seen him develop from a high-potential draft pick into a reliable two-way player, might be poised for a fresh start with the Lakers, where his skill set could be maximized alongside marquee names. His ability to score efficiently while maintaining defensive discipline aligns well with the Lakers' need for multifaceted contributors capable of stepping up in crucial moments. Meanwhile, Nick Claxton, a promising young center, is rumored to be the answer to the Lakers' persistent search for interior defense and rebounding. Claxton's athleticism and shot-blocking ability have caught the attention of scouts and analysts, who see him as a potential game-changer in the paint. The combination of Wiggins' perimeter scoring and Claxton's interior defense could provide the Lakers with a more balanced and formidable lineup, enhancing their competitiveness in a conference packed with talent. The rumor mill is turning fast, with fans eagerly anticipating official confirmation and pondering the possible strategies the Lakers might employ with these reinforcements integrated into their rotation. As the NBA offseason heats up, rumors intensify that the Los Angeles Lakers have successfully signed Andrew Wiggins and Nick Claxton, moves that could reshape the team's prospects heading into the new campaign. Wiggins, recognized for his athleticism, scoring touch, and defensive versatility, may bring the Lakers a reliable secondary scoring option who can also hold his own against elite wing defenders. This potential signing aligns with the Lakers' pursuit of players who can contribute immediately and adapt to the demands of a championship-contending roster. Meanwhile, Claxton's presence as a shot blocker and rebounder could solve some of the Lakers' interior defensive challenges, providing the team with a more robust presence around the rim. The whispers of these deals have sparked wide speculation about the Lakers' offseason strategy, suggesting a blend of experience and youthful energy aimed at pushing deeper into the playoffs. If these rumors are accurate, the Lakers' frontcourt and wing depth will be significantly enhanced, potentially changing the balance of power within the Western Conference. Basketball circles are buzzing with excitement and anticipation, awaiting further developments that could confirm these game-changing acquisitions for one of the NBA's most storied franchises. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.